announcement. There are a few new ways to support the channel now. YouTube has enabled the ability for memberships directly on the channel. Now what that means is right next to the subscribe button, you're gonna see a little button that says join. And that's essentially YouTube's version of like Patreon. It lets you pay a monthly fee that's like billed automatically, and it helps you support the channel. They obviously take a little cut of that, but it helps me out because, well, the way the Google AdSense works, if you don't make more than a certain threshold amount per month, you don't get paid. So if I had the same amount that was on Patreon over on the YouTube memberships, essentially they would pay me every month because I'd be over that threshold. Anyways, kind of needless information. Basically, just click the join button. I've got one price tier set up right now. It's $1.99. And that's gonna get you basically the same benefits as it were if you signed up for Patreon, which I haven't set it up yet. I was gonna do the Patreon supporter wall again, or Patreon/members. And I've been looking around in here trying to figure out a good wall to stick things on. A couple of problems. One, all the paint in this place is like this Teflon based stuff and nothing sticks to it. Like, I don't care what it is. I've taken a rubber stamp and stamped it on the wall and then it just wiped right off. So hanging things on the wall doesn't work very well. I'm planning to use the sign machine and make some vinyl decals. So I think what we're gonna do for the time being, I've got this little A-frame sign right here. And it's not very big, so the text would have to be fairly small. But I think for right now, I'm just gonna put the names on this thing, and then this thing will be in a convenient spot. Waiting for it to fall over. That thing will be in a convenient spot somewhere, whether it's just sitting back here or wherever. So at least it'll be visible in most of the videos. The other option would be, maybe I could make a big cardstock thing, or like a really thin balsa wood plywood thing and hang it on the wall right here. That way I could just take it down and add names and all that. But anyways, still at Patreon, and now we have channel memberships. See shadows of people walking by. One other thing with Patreon real quick, I'm going to make a few changes on that. Patreon's basically set up, they want you to have different tiers. So I think I've got like $1, $3, and $5 a month. And they're really pushing for like giving rewards and stuff. But I've found that people don't necessarily always want the rewards. So I think, what was I doing before? I think $1 was like a name credit in a video, $3 was like a shout out, and $5 was like a bumper sticker. But I'm terrible at shipping things and making stuff. So I know there's a number of people that said they didn't want the bumper sticker, but if you are a $5 Patreon and you have not gotten that bumper sticker and you want one, please let me know. I will do one last run of those and send them out. I'll probably be doing stuff in the future, but for right now, I think what I'm gonna do is just set the barrier to entry on Patreon. I'm gonna set it to $1. I'll still have other tiers, but you can basically type in whatever amount you want on Patreon. It doesn't force you to, I don't think it forces you to select those levels, but I just wanna let you know, they're basically all gonna be the same. You'll just get your name on this board or the wall or however I wind up doing it. And the more you pay is just basically like, you want to support me more. There's no like added benefits necessarily. I think that's gonna be easiest because the couple of years I've been doing Patreon, I think I've mailed out things like twice. And I don't want to promise stuff that I'm not gonna do. So I am getting the website set up. I bought a domain name. I'm mentioning this now because it's gonna force me to continue on with it. I've got a web store set up. We're gonna do a little bit of merch, stuff like that. Just really simple little things. And then also probably random stuff in the garage, one-off items that I'm gonna be selling. So anyways, changes to Patreon, that's what we're doing. Minimum barrier to entry is $1. Get your name on the wall. The reason YouTube is $1.99 is because they take a cut. And if I set it to 99 cents, it would basically, after credit card processing fees and whatnot, be a wash. So that's why YouTube memberships are $1.99, but Patreon starts at $1. Anyways, if any of you do want to transfer over from Patreon to YouTube, send me a message and let me know. We can work that out, make it happen, whatever. I will eventually, at some point later, add different payment tiers to the YouTube member program. But again, I'm still figuring all this stuff out. Typically, YouTube doesn't allow memberships unless your channel has over 30,000 subscribers. It does say, though, in their support document that you may see smaller channels with memberships enabled. So I don't know why they blessed me with that. I'm happy they did. YouTube is really interesting with the requirements as far as that. So they made me record a little video with certain talking points. I'm gonna play that right now. Welcome. Obligatory YouTube beginning of video greetings. So there's a new way to support the channel now. And if it looks like I'm reading off a script, it's because I am. YouTube is very specific about the things I have to talk about in this video. So, channel memberships. This is going to be similar to Patreon, but it's YouTube's version of that. And essentially, you will see a join button down next to the subscribe button below all the videos. And what that is basically a way to support me and what I'm doing and help pay for some of this equipment and licensing and all the stuff that goes along with running a YouTube channel. But basically, you click that button, and right now, everything is set up for $1.99. That's the only price point I have. I figure that's going to net me around $1 roughly after all of the percentages and things that happen. And basically, you're going to get your name up on the wall of supporters, and also you'll have a little badge or an icon next to your name anytime you leave a comment, and also when you're leaving a message in a live chat. Now that little icon is going to change from month to month. The longer you're a member, the more clout you will have, essentially, by the color of that logo. Now there are a few things that'll probably be added later on after this launches and after the channel gets a little bit bigger. Maybe some other perks and things like that at different price points. But for right now, I want to keep it simple. Basically, you get your name on the wall, you get a little loyalty badge next to your name, and you support me in the work I'm doing. Okay, oh, and I'm supposed to reassure fans who don't join that nothing will change. Fans that don't join, nothing's going to change. You just won't have the little thing next to your name when you leave a comment. I'm sure nobody really cares about that anyways, but it's a little thing to have people basically show, like, hey, look, I'm supporting this person. Yeah, so click the button. But anyways, that's a really easy way to part with a couple bucks a month and helps me out quite a bit. There's something else I was thinking of that I can't quite remember. Oh, Amazon affiliate links. That's a big one. I finally got that set up. So, in the description of every video from now on, there's going to be a couple of links. One of them is a click-through link, as I call it. If you're on your desktop computer, I think it might work on mobile apps. It depends on your phone. Some people, it takes them to the mobile site. Some people, it opens the app. But basically, when you're going to buy something on Amazon, click that link. It's going to open up Amazon, and then basically I'll get a cut of whatever you buy. I'm also going to have a link to other random products that I talk about in the video. Like the one yesterday I mentioned, those little, where's the bounder? Over here. These little Cyclone strobe lights that I have. Actually, it's the Cygo or Cycle Go hot rod. Anyways, there's a link for that. But anyways, memberships, Patreon, Amazon links. I just wanted to mention that real quick. The Amazon one is probably the easiest, and I get anywhere between like 6 and 10% of the purchase. So it's a pretty lucrative way, and all you have to do is click a couple extra times and it basically throws money my direction. But anyhow, quick announcement, wanted to point that stuff out, and yeah, I'll see you in a day or two. Thanks.